Well, it's Saturday night and I've been cleaning up this 2014 termed the repo Nissan because I'm going to sell it, and I just took it to the car wash and cleaned it up. Let's take a look at what it looks like. Here's what she looks like. Really a pretty nice little truck. Has some dents and dings and scratches. Cracked windshield. Dented tailgate. I still need to fix that. But overall, not bad. Well, these dents on these doors are kind of bad. Inside, got the title right there for the person that comes and buys it. I got a couple more things to do to it, like a clock spring on the steering wheel and a wheel well up here. But other than that, I think she's ready to pass on to the next person. It runs really good, like I said. I know I said that a few times, but it feels like a little rocket going down the road. They're surprisingly powerful. Anyway, that's what I've been doing tonight. Well, it's Wednesday night. I got something in the mail just now. New clock spring. Yeah, this repo Nissan, the steering wheel controls don't work, so I bought a new clock spring. I'll show you. Okay, here's what I've got. I tore out this clock spring the other day. I think it was last Saturday night. Yeah, probably. And ordered another one. So I'm gonna put this in and see if the steering wheel controls work. Apparently this is pretty common. Here's the clock spring I pulled out. And I looked up the numbers. That's the numbers that's in this one. And I could have ordered it from the dealer for $250, I think. And I decided, after many chats back and forth, I'm going to give this eBay version a try. They had pretty good reviews, and see what it does. Got to snap these off and put them on the other one. That might have been the WD-40 that I sprayed on there. I also have to transfer this angle sensor from the old one to the new one. Now let's put these controls on. They simply just snap in, pop on. Okay, it's all snapped in. Moment of truth. Let's see if it even fits. It all lines up. This is not a how-to video, by the way. I'm just documenting that I'm replacing it. But I'm going to plug all these things back in. Alright, before I put all the trim pieces back together, I think I'm going to hook up the battery and test it out. Okay, battery's hooked up. There was no horn. We got a horn. That's good. Oh yeah, cruise button. Hey. Let's turn on the radio. Oh yeah. Volume button works. It's changing the station. Well, definitely that clock spring is working now. I don't have any radio stations plugged in. How do I turn that off? I'm going to button this back up, but that looks like the clock spring was sure the problem. Well, good morning. It's Saturday morning, and I'm going to come do some work on this Nissan Frontier. So I got an update on the Frontiers. I sold the repo. I worked on that a lot and got it to a point where it was good. It was pretty good. So I sold that, and now I'm only left with the 2011 Nissan Frontier. So I'm going to come work on that and do some front end work, and you can come along with me. Now, work-wise, I've got front left tie rod. I've got some spacers. I bought some Z1 1.5 inch spacers for the top, for the front. And then I've got a hub on the passenger side. I think I got all the parts. I've got an oil filter housing, not oil filter, oil cooler housing ring gasket that I need to put in. Need to change the oil. But I'm going to focus on the suspension portion today. See if I can get that knocked out. Don't feel like it today, but I got to get it done. I better turn on the lights. Okay, one of the first things I want to do is measure this front and see what we're sitting at right now. So it looks to me like this front fender is 33 3/4 high. So hopefully we'll get another 1.5 inches out of that by the time we're done. And the wobble on that front tire will be fixed. Speaking of the oil leak, I just pulled this in here late last night, and that's how much oil leaks. So it's a constant drip. We'll fix her. Alrighty, so here's the problem with that tie rod. So we're gonna replace that. Since we're not reusing this, we can hit it out. Not sure which way this really goes, but we'll try a couple different ways. Okay, I'm going to use a pipe wrench and see if that works better. Because I need to get some leverage on there. I did it. One, roughly 13. Okay, we're gonna go right there. That's 13. 37 foot-pounds of torque is what that calls for. We'll have to have it aligned. Well, that's not much. Not much at all. Okay, no more movement. Alrighty, tie rod's in. Now we're gonna pull this strut because I bought some Z1. These are 1.5 inch spacers. So it'll raise the vehicle 1.5 inches, twice the thickness of the spacer. So we're gonna pull the strut out, put these on, raise this front end a little bit, and see how we like it. I wanted to do the rough country loaded struts, but that requires different upper A-arms because then you're gonna have the A-arm hit this coil bucket right here. And I'm not sure I want to do that for my 16-year-old boy right now. So I think I'm gonna go with these and see how I like them. Okay, we should be able to move this out of the way. Now we can get to the shock bolt. Okay, that worked. Now let's take these bolts off, pull the strut. Easy peasy. Holy cow, that one's on there. I don't want to break it or break my wrench. So I'm gonna spray a little lube-a-doob. Don't want to break my Husky wrench too bad. Probably ought to get a socket. Might be better. Well, that's what I was afraid of. It's stripped. Crapola. Let's try this one. Okay, that feels like it's gonna strip too. So, I'm gonna get some heat. I don't wanna take a chance, so I'm gonna heat those up and see if I can get them off. Okay, I don't know, a couple minutes. Shoot, it's not coming off. I'm gonna heat it up some more. Well, it's taken me about an hour, but I finally got all three of these off. The two in the back were like welding on. I ended up using heat and stripping the bolt a little bit. I filed it down with a file, and then I got this guy. Where is it? I got this chisel, and I stuck it on there, and I beat it. I beat a groove into it, and then I beat it to where it'd go one side, and I beat on it, and all of that combination, and then I let it cool down. That let it come off. You'll see this groove in it here in a second. I was almost about to weld another nut on the top. Where's that at? Yeah, there's the groove. I cut that groove in, and this is no good, but boy, I got it off. That's what I cared about. Okay, let's pull that thing out. Well, that's one way to do it, to knock everything down. Okay, there's a strut. Okay, just like that. The spacer's in. And then I'll probably pull it out because I'll find out I need new struts. Well, who said this was easy? Okay, I'm gonna put some Loctite on these top 3 bolts. Alrighty, that one's in. I'm just gonna clean this up and then move on to the other side. Before I can put the strut spacer on this passenger side, I need to change this wheel bearing hub assembly. In one of the previous videos, I showed how the wheel bearing had some play in it. So I bought a hub assembly, and I've been taking this apart over here, and I'm gonna see if I can get this off now. I think I got everything undone except that nut and a little bit of love taps. Okay, I torqued that down to 102 pounds. That's what the video said I watched. Okay, the hub's in, now the hard work comes. Putting that puck in. Alrighty, I'm still on the passenger side, and I got a different problem over here. The bolt, I got them all off, but this one is moving not only the nut, but the stud too. So, it's moving the stud. It's down into the strut. So that nut's not coming off, just twisting the whole thing. Well, now I got a little pickle. Not sure what to do on this thing. I'm gonna work at it, see if I can figure it out. This side was a little bit easier, but it did take heat to get some of these out. This one's got me a little bit worried. Don't know how to pin that stud down. I tried channel locks on the top, that's why it's eating up a little bit. Alrighty, I got that nut off. I cut it off with a little die grinder. Boy, what? This was supposed to be like an hour job. This wasn't supposed to be all day. It's probably 5 o'clock now. It's taking me all day to get this stuff off. Well, I don't know about you, but I think I've had enough. It's after 7 p.m. and this thing's kicked my trash today. I ran into some issues that took forever to figure out how to get those bolts off. Okay, so let's recap what we did. On the driver's side, I put a tie rod end in, and on the passenger side, I put a wheel bearing hub assembly in. And then I put some spacers on the coils or the struts, and that should bring the truck up 1.5 inches. What do I have left to do? I bought some camber bolts that I need to throw in there, and then I gotta do this oil housing, it's leaking. And then I think I can take it for a drive. I think. But I've had enough tonight, so I'm gonna call it a night. See you in a bit. All right, we just let the jacks down. Wyatt, go measure and see what we're at now. We were at 33 3/4, so close to 34. Okay, what are we at now? We're at 36. So 34, 35, 36, 2 inches. That was supposed to only be 1.5 inches, but I haven't pushed anything down. Wyatt, go cycle that suspension a little bit, push down on the front end a couple times, see if it settles down. Don't dent anything. See if that changed anything. Might have to drive it. Okay, so that settled it down to 35.5. So yeah, 1.5 inches. Measure the back. What's the back at? The back is at
36.
36. So the back is still 1 inch higher than the front. Okay. That's all we're getting out of that left. I went with the 1.5 on purpose because if you go any higher, you have to do different upper control arms. Well, good morning. It's another Saturday, and we're going to work on this little Nissan some more. Last night I worked on it, and I got the passenger side done. Okay, this is the passengers. Got it all on. On the passenger side, I put some adjustable bolts for the lower control arm on both sides. Don't. But I didn't get enough to do this side, so I thought I ordered a set of 4, but I only ordered a set of 2, so I just ordered those on Amazon.
Well, good morning. It's Saturday, and I got some camber bolts in. I'm not feeling so good, so this might be the only thing I get done today, but I want to get this front end put back together on this little Frontier. So let's throw these camber bolts in. Rear one first. I don't remember what size socket. 17, 18, 19? Yeah, 19, but my 19 impact socket is broken. It's cracked like in 5 places. So we'll probably still try to use it. And then I'm just putting it in the neutral position, straight up. These tools are ice cold. It's cold out here. I'm going to take this to the alignment shop so they can torque them down. Okay, those 2 adjustable bolts are in there now. So I'm going to wrap a couple things up under here and then we'll throw the tire on. Okay, and the cough medicine I took this morning is kicked in. So I'm going to see what else I can do on this thing today. Well, another Saturday has gone by. I think I'm going to call it a day, and this will wrap up this video. Thanks for watching.